Hi, everyone. I wanted to pop on with a disclaimer this week before you start the actual video. I am using a different computer to record this week, and every time I held a card up, it appeared backwards to me. So after uploading the video and watching it, it appears perfectly fine on the recorded version. So I'm not sure why. I've never had that happen before, but you will hear me mention repeatedly that the cards are backwards, and while you are viewing them, they are perfectly fine. So disregard anything I say about the cards being backwards, carry on, and I hope you enjoy this week's reading. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you are a return viewer. We will be doing an oracle card and a crystal card reading for October 24th through October 30th. I cannot believe it's the end of October already, 2021. So as always, if you stumble across this video outside that time frame and the guidance feels relevant, then it absolutely is. But for our purposes, we'll be concentrating on the week of October 24th through the 30th. We will be doing an oracle card reading and a bonus crystal card and 3 Akashic keywords that I have channeled from the Akashic records while I've been working in them this week. So let's start with the keywords this week. And the 3 that came up are all very interesting, I think. They are intent, surety, and affirm. And so I feel like these are words that come up a lot, but these are slightly different than the way they usually come up in readings. So intent usually comes up as intention, right? But I feel like when you say intent, it's almost like your intent has come full circle. It has come into your reality. So we're not working with the intention of creating something. We know that our intent has created it for us. So a little bit different energy this week that we're moving into. And then that was confirmed by the word surety coming up. And surety is certainty about something. So we're certain of that intent. It's confidence in the way something is unfolding. I know with surety that this is happening for me, that my intent is coming into my reality. And then we have affirm, which is again a word we work with a lot, but a little bit different energy than affirmation. We're not using affirmations to bring something in or to work with intentions. We are affirming that it is here, it is now, it is ready for us. So I feel like this is the energy we've been working with over the past few weeks. It is really kind of asserting itself or reminding us this week that it is here and it is ours and it is ready for us. So intent, surety, and affirm. And I think I've mentioned this before, but I want to mention it again specifically with these 3 words. If you feel guided to look up the dictionary definitions of these, please do, because I don't like to give those here on the videos because I feel like I want you to go with your gut on what these mean for you and your own intuition and your own guidance systems. But sometimes when we look up the dictionary definitions, there may be a word or a phrase or a sentence that jumps out at us for us personally. So if you feel called to do that, definitely do. So then this week onto the cards, we're going to work with, is that usually backwards? I don't think it is. This is going to be a fun week. Crystal deck number 4. Interesting. The Wild Offering Oracle, you're just going to have to take my word for these things this week. And the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle card deck. So I have already gone ahead and I did draw all the cards for the week. We will do the Wild Offering for our Sunday energy, and then the Whispers of the Ocean for the rest of the week. So I do have all the cards here. I have not looked at them yet, so I will be as surprised as you are. So let's start with our crystal energy, which this week is Picture Jasper, which I like, with intent, surety, and affirm. Jaspers are generally really grounding energies, but still allow us to be in forward movement and creativity. And this one does exactly that. So it connects to the root, that energy of groundedness and being centered and being sure in the energy of surety, but also connects to our third eye. So really in the energy of the guidance that's coming in and being sure of that intention, kind of connecting our practicality with our intuition this week. And its three keywords are understanding, visualization, and confidence. So we have intent, surety, and affirm, and then we have understanding, visualization, and confidence. And the affirmation or mantra you can work with if you are guided to this week for Picture Jasper is I clearly visualize my goals and they become reality. I clearly visualize my goals and they become reality. I would note for those of us, myself included, who don't consider ourselves to be terribly visual people, don't worry about it. So when I say I'm visualizing something, what I'm really doing is I'm imagining myself visualizing it, because I am not a really visual person. I have recently started getting more visual cues during readings and during my work in the Akashic records. But for the most part, I get my information is what I call streaming audio. It's channeled information. So if you are like that, or if you just have clear cognizance, the clear knowing of something, don't worry about it. The idea of the visualization is good enough. Don't try to make yourself visualize if it's something that doesn't work for you. So Picture Jasper backwards is our crystal for this week. I will try to get this figured out for next week. I don't think it's usually like this. I think when I hold the cards up, I usually see them correctly. So apologies, but I will have to figure that out for next week. So our Sunday energy, and this is the one that I kind of like to use as, sometimes we call it a self-care card, like for Sundays, that energy of self-love and self-care, I think is a great way to set ourselves up to have a good week. So it's the intention card. So we have intent as one of our keywords and intention as our Sunday energy. And it says intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. Intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. And as always, when I read these, if you don't resonate with the word God, that's totally fine. You can use divine or higher self or however it works for you. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes for me come true. So that intention energy, and you see the butterfly symbolism there too, which indicates that it is a period of transformation and moving into new energy. So then our Monday energy, and this would be October 25th, is looking at the underbelly. And looking at the underbelly says, be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine tuning. So I feel like this card came up recently, maybe the last time I used these cards, and I did shuffle, and I have used these for private readings in between. So I know it's not for lack of use. So looking at the underbelly, I feel like making a reappearance and just saying, you know, let's examine how we're moving forward. Are we doing it in a way that allows us the time we need to feel cared for, but still allows us to be moving forward in a productive way? Do we need some additional organization? Do any projects that we're working on that maybe have become stagnant need some fine tuning? Can we do things in small ways that would still lead us forward? And then Tuesday, we have persistent drive. So it says, see what you desire and move toward that goal. So again, with the visualization that the Picture Jasper talks about, see what you desire and move toward that goal. It's time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. And again, really strongly connected to that Picture Jasper energy, because we have visualization, but we also have use your intuition and your instincts to guide you. So being grounded in what you want, knowing what it is you want, but also being connected to your intuition and how that's going to bring it into your reality, using your instincts and your intuition to guide you in the right direction. So then Wednesday, which would be October 27th, we have gliding through the currents. It says, with a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. So maybe an approach we haven't quite considered yet, looking at things through new eyes, using creative visualization or ways of connecting with our intuition that maybe we don't usually do. Like maybe you don't really normally work with automatic writing. This might be a good week to explore other ways of connecting with your intuition. So with a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease. Going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. So looking at things through maybe a little different perspective right now helps you find a way to move ahead in a situation, or a little bit of a different way to look at it that will help move you forward. So then on Thursday, we have help appears in various ways. So maybe on Wednesday, you're trying to look at things from a different perspective and you're just not getting anything, or you're finding it really difficult to glide through the situation. Well, then Thursday, we have help appears. And it says there's so much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift, you forget to look at the support systems that are with you continually. So these can be, humans that we're sharing our space with and that are available to us, but they can also be guides, angelic beings, our own higher self, any of that sort of source energy that's available to us. So knowing that you have help in the 3D and energetically, and looking and saying, okay, who maybe has done this before or something similar? How are they doing it? How did they get through this with what seems to be ease? And probably what you'll find is we don't see the sticky day-to-day bits for people. But if we ask, they're usually willing to share how they made it through. So we'll be willing to call on help or reach out, or even just do some research about the other ways to do things. So again, looking for various perspectives on ways to get through what you're working on. And then Friday, we have breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. So it's still that same energy we've been working with about a project coming to fruition, or something we had set aside, or like dual paths where we're finding new creative solutions to the things we want to do. How do we want to combine everything we've been working on into one way of living that brings us peace and joy and ease? And this says we are really kind of on the verge of finding out what that's going to look like for us. It's being illuminated as it breaks through the surface and comes to the surface. We are going to figure out how to do this, and we are going to be able to do it. And I feel like that's where those keywords come in about intent, surety, and affirm. Just we have a different sense, a sense of knowingness right now than we had in months past, where we were more in the planning stages. This is more of a sense of knowing where we're headed. And then Saturday, back around to the end of the week, we have inner desires. It says, set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. So what I was just saying about, this being a time of really bringing it in, of it becoming our reality, not our new reality, not putting things in that vacuum that I had talked so frequently about over the past couple months, more than a couple months, but of putting things in our vacuum so they are ready and waiting for us when the time comes. The time is now. So it's time for some of us to start opening that vacuum container and going, oh, I'm ready for this. These are the things I've been working on. These are the intentions I set. They are ready to blossom now. They are ready to break through and come to the surface and become my new reality. So those are our messages for this week. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you soon.